This is my new favorite black and white film, Rollei Infrared. Usually I prefer color film, but this actually looks quite interesting. I used two cameras to capture the photos for Aerochrome. I used the EOS 3 because it's about the same size as the 6D and it would match up better. I use the 6D, it's my only full frame camera, and this is what I use for scanning photos as well. I've got the 50mm. It's a good lens. I shot it between f11 and f8, so it could be sharp as much as possible. To do the Aerochrome, there's 3 photos taken. I did all my infrared photos with the EOS 3, and the other 2 photos I did with the 6D, so I wouldn't waste the film. The 50mm has a 55mm filter thread, so I had to use step-up rings to be able to use the 72mm Kenko infrared filter. Okay, so let's load it up. I'll give you some examples. And they're in consecutive order. This was the first photo. I wanted to take a picture with my bike and some trees, and I actually forgot that I took this photo at the end of the day. It was quite a long day. This cactus looks quite interesting. You might see in the middle of the picture, you can see it looks like scratches, but it's actually spider webs there. Taking the 3 photos, it's quite hard for me to stay still, so you'll notice that it'll look quite blurry with the 3 colors around me there. In black and white, the infrared looks really good with those spiky plants. There was a grate on the ground where I tried to line my body up, and my arms are almost in the right position, but you can still see that it's out. In the Aerochrome, I really like the colors, especially around the planetarium there. It sort of reminds me of some old colorized magazines from a long time ago. I did another photo with myself in the picture, and I wasn't exactly lined up, but I think here it actually looks pretty interesting. And the one here is, I used a 1740mm lens, and I actually just held the filters up to the lens manually, and you can see those are my fingers there. I'm not really happy with this one. Also, you can see the blue filter is much smaller, so you can see that ring there, that yellow ring. I didn't use it too much, thankfully. This is a planetarium, and it's quite good to take these photos with the greenery around it for a bit of an otherworldly effect. This is the Aerochrome picture. You can see the people on the bottom left hand there, because they don't move around too much. You can see that they're kind of like ghosts. I really like the color here. Took another one at the planetarium. It's from a different angle. It looks a little bit more orange colored there. I just sort of adjusted the colors to taste. This is down near the lake area. As a normal infrared photo, it looks a bit undefined, I think. But when you add color, it changes it quite a bit. You can get quite a bit of separation there, and I think that's one way how Aerochrome sort of stands out more, that effect. You can see these 2 statues. There was a little bit of shade here. You can see down the bottom there how the shadows mix the colors, but the greenery looks quite nice. This lake area, you can see how the sky is quite dark, and also the water is dark, and you can see the shadows there. And when you come to the Aerochromed image, it's quite nice how you can see the reflection in the water like this. Looks very nice. This is another one that I did with the 1740. Again, you can see my fingers. In the future, I don't think I'll be using it. This was actually metered manually. It's about 5 to 6 stops to use a filter, but the Canon actually does quite a good job of metering through the filter. This is inside the planetarium. Again, I just use a 1740mm. This second photo I like quite a lot. It's the glow of the leaves. It looks great in this photo. One thing with black and white, I think the shapes stand out quite a lot, and that's one thing. You've got to keep it simple with black and white, I think, to make an effective photo. Okay, we're back outside now, and I've taken another photo of the planetarium from another angle. Moving along, we're at the Japanese garden, and I took a few photos here. You can see that my finger's a little bit in the way again, so I know I've taken photos with the 1740. And this is the first of the one that I actually took for the aerochromed type image. We're back onto the 50mm. You can see the reflection in the water. Looks very nice. The black water there. A bit more of an orange color here. I saw the lily pads on the water and the stone lantern. I thought that would look good. I didn't do multiple photos for this one. And the next one the same. There's a reflection in the water. I think that looks very nice. And this last one, I did make an aerochromed image of it. I don't know what that yellow mark is down the right hand side. There was a card that was in the grass. I tried to focus on the card, but it was quite difficult. You can't focus with the filter on the camera, so I did the best I could. It says God is love on that. Thought that would be funny. This next photo, you can see it's all blurred out. That was the shutter was it was on the 10-second 10-second timer. And normally with a digital photo you would delete that one, but I kept it. This was the photo that it was meant to be. There was some green slime on top of the water, and I thought that might glow, but it was getting late afternoon there, so it didn't turn out so good. Okay, we'll move on to day 2 now. I was very tired after that first day. This is at Ithaca Creek, and I did a 3-picture photo here too. First photo I was trying to run across to that concrete pillar there, but I didn't quite make it in time. With the aerochromed image, you can see I think it looks much better this way. You can sort of see the different parts of the creek there. You can see the water a little bit and the trees. Looks nice. This is Waterworks Road Bridge. It was a little bit dark here. I was actually quite surprised that that fern in front actually glows quite a bit. Looks quite nice. And here's a coloured aerochromed version of that. It didn't turn out too bad, but the thing is, you got to watch out for the movement of the wind. It doesn't really help. Here's a pedestrian bridge that crosses over from Woolcock Park. Even in the black and white infrared, the tree looks glowing. And when you see the aerochromed image, you see the beautiful color of the tree as well as the nice green of the bridge. I really like this. And here's another picture of me with my bike. I decided this time just to do the first photo, the infrared photo with me, but the other ones I left it without me, and you can see that I look like a bit of a ghost. I like that the texture of the bike on this one and the light. I think it looks really nice. This is at the cemetery, Toowong Cemetery, and I tried to find a nice high point to take this photo. There's lots of trees around, so when you see the aerochromed image, it looks beautiful. I really like this photo. This is one of the angels in the cemetery. I really liked how that the shutter speed, it looks like it was a little bit quicker, so the sky is completely black. I tried doing an aerochromed image of this one, but it didn't turn out very good. There's quite a few trees around. This is in the same area, and I wanted to get as many of the trees in as possible with my bike in the bottom right, left-hand corner there. As you see it aerochromed, it looks really nice, I think. I was coming back from the top of a hill here, and I saw this this image here. I saw the hut down in the middle there and how the trees framed it. I thought it looked really nice. I left my bike in the middle of the road there, and I decided to take the 3 photos. And this is the Aerochromed photo. This is actually my favorite in the pack. So that's it. Thanks for watching.